What's going on, guys? I'm Loaflord and welcome back to another Dead Matter video. I've been seeing the same question on Discord and on Reddit and even on comments as well about base rating. I myself have been wondering about base rating as well. Are we going for the more realistic approach to base rating, or is the game trying to go for more of a balanced approach? Let's get into it. So in previous devlogs, they gave us a look at some of the fortifications of existing housing by putting up some newspaper or closing the curtains to cut visibility from the outside. But if we're taking a realistic approach to this, I just go up to the window with a rock and smash that window and jump right in. I feel like putting up newspaper kind of sends you off more than if you were just chilling in a regular house. Like, some players will look at a house that has newspapers on the windows and think, hey, there's probably someone in there if there's some newspapers up. But I guess this can also be a tactic by trying to lure the survivors into that building and taking a shot from a different house. Which works for sure, but what if you're holding loot there? What will happen to it when you're gone? Do we make the windows indestructible? That'd be extremely dumb in my personal opinion, but I don't think they'll be going that route. And as I said before, they haven't shown off other fortifications in their devlogs, but that's when Detective Loaf comes in and does some research. And boy, do I have some info for you guys, courtesy of Disseminate's Twitch streams. So you're going to need to do more than just putting a newspaper up or putting some curtains up. You're going to actually have to put up wooden barricades on your windows to prevent people from breaking in your house and jumping in. This is awesome to see because it would be kind of dumb to create a base if you can't fortify it well enough. Like, there's no point in scavenging for loot if there's no way to protect it. There are different locks you can put on your door, and notice that you actually need keys in order to lock and unlock your door, which is pretty cool. Now the next question is, how the hell do we get in? Again, are we gonna go for the realistic route or the more balanced route? Because if there's some wooden barricades, I can just take an axe and break down the wood itself and break in. And if that's the case, how long to break down some wood? Can we further upgrade the wooden barricades to metal barricades? Well, if we look at the fence reinforcements, we can see that there are 3 levels of fortifications for the fence. And the 3rd level has the metal sheet on the fence. So we can assume that they're going to implement some metal type of reinforcements on the windows as well. But if I were to put my 2 cents in, I'd say to go for more of a realistic route. Maybe make it harder for axes to be found or raiding tools more uncommon. I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'd say to start off the raiding as realistic as possible and then change it up a bit based on feedback. If raiding becomes too easy, then try to figure out a way to make it harder. And I know that sounds kind of dumb to say, but I feel like it's a good direction to start on. We've seen in previous devlogs that a lockpicking minigame is implemented, so I wonder if the only way to get into a house is by picklocking the door, or maybe you can plant some explosives and blow up the whole door. We're gonna have to wait and see. Now, we all know there's no base build in the game, and that's fortification of existing houses, but you can also build small structures like a garage or even a cabin in the woods. There's also fences you can build, as I mentioned earlier, and there's 3 levels to the fence. We've also been told that traps will be in the game to protect your base. So I'm sure there's going to be mines or electric shocks for the doors, so if any intruder tries to get silly in your house, they'll get shocked or maybe even blown up. And remember, guys, what you're seeing right here is a work in progress, so expect things to improve. We also got a little glimpse of how moving furniture is going to work in the game, and it kind of reminds me of Gary's mod, the way that the object kind of floats in the air, but I'm sure that it's going to be fixed up down the line. Also, some extra side info, you can build a little garden in your yard, if that's what you're into. So one thing I hope the developers are considering is how to handle griefing. A lot of people love to grief in survival games. Like, I don't want to see a huge fence that goes through the whole town or is blocking roads because people want to be funny. Sure, it's kind of like what the type of look when you see it, but it's more annoying than anything and kind of detracts from my whole immersion. I also hope they keep the rating realistic, like if someone has a fence and I can't climb it, I'm hoping you can move a certain object to climb on top of it and then jump over the fence. But what type of defenses do you guys want to see in the game? I think it'd be cool if they implemented a dog companion, on some I Am Legend shit. So when you're going to bed and hopping offline, your little ruffles will hold down the base waiting for someone to come through. Surveillance would also be pretty cool to have once you get enough equipment and upgrade your base, if that's a thing. And as time keeps going on, I keep getting excited about the future of this game and it landing in my hands. I'm excited to see the new stories we're all going to have in this game, and I'm really excited to see how base rating is going to work. Base rating isn't the main focus at all, but it definitely brings a different dynamic to a survival games. Also, guys, the homies at the Cataclysm Discord are getting their Dead Matter server started. They're doing a lot of under the work hood, like setting up a website and other stuff to get you guys a great community experience when the game drops. They have a poll-up asking what region you're located at and making the server location based on the region with the most votes. So go check it out if you'd like. But thank you so much for coming out to watch the video. I really do appreciate it. And tell me down below, guys, how do you think base rating is going to work? Do you want it to be something easier like Rust or something a little harder? What are you guys most excited to do in your bases? Let me know in the comments below. I hope everyone's doing good and staying safe out there. I'm Loaf Lord, and stay toasty out there.